Yo, G said continue drinking up. Somebody drinking their water, trying to purify their skin. They're drinking their water for a beauty regimen, not knowing that while they're drinking this water, they are also fasting. Hold on, y'all. Okay. While you drinking this water, though, you fasting. That's what I heard. It's a lot of stuff that you need to be looking forward to because you really doing something right. You hear me? This is part two. Okay? This is part two for you. Part two for some temporary struggle is what I just heard. Part two for those who once upon a time ago formed some helping hands. You know what I'm saying? They did that. They formed some helping hands, but then they withdrew their energy as well, is what I'm saying. I'm also hearing that helped to transform you into someone different, okay? And that someone different that stares you back in the mirror is your authentic self, okay? Hmm. Some of you have grown taller. That's what I heard. Beauty school dropout, beauty school dropout. Grace. So what's up with the heirloom and all hell breaking loose? Did you break it? Did you misplace it? Did somebody steal it? Did you donate it? Did you hawk it? Somebody trying to do what they can while everybody else don't, okay? And there has been some connections that was founded in the church. This church may have been founded by one of your ancestors as well. And I'm hearing that the descendants of the wicked are now manning this church. High cost of living these days, right? They need to keep up with the Joneses. So who's the historian of the family? All right. Who's the hen? All right. Who the weed head? Okay. And who are you trying to make sure doesn't take the bait? Somebody been in hermit mode for a while. They may be sitting in those roles. They may come after hours. So what is that, choir rehearsal or Bible study? I feel like this is a trainee. Someone may be they're training to be part of a higher member of the clergy or something, or the church. Take it how it resonates, but I'm also hearing, something porous, all right? I heard something about somebody's ashy elbows, somebody's heels or something, somebody on your heels, this historian, a part of this society, you know, the one who feeding this energy that this house of worship was built on, okay? Somebody got some white walls on their car, okay? Yup, somebody got some white walls on their car. Oh my goodness. I just heard hermaphrodite. Alright. What? One of those churches, huh? Okay. To each their own. Somebody's eyebrows arched real high, okay? And I'm seeing the high cost of living and what the G's are now calling a dungeon. It's not the house of worship. And this heirloom where all hell is breaking loose. Then I'm hearing too this collection plate, all hell breaking loose when it comes to that collection plate too. All right, somebody trying to be polite. It's some miserable souls a part of this choir. The church committee is what the Jesus is saying, and somebody is overly imaginative about the eyes, okay, the windows to this one certain soul, okay, the image, okay, it's somebody's son, somebody's father, somebody's son, okay, immorality, the conduct, the mischievous acts, okay. Somebody may have, just joined the church. Somebody can be a migrant, is what I just heard, all right? But ain't nobody know got darn food, okay? Some folk ignorant though, okay, but it's a soft and gentle touch on the shoulder is what I just heard that is going to bring some ill fortune, some ill fortune, okay? Immortal. Somebody feels like they can't be kicked off the bench too. It's some type of dispute and I feel like it's a senior who's standing their ground, all right? This may be the historian too. Somebody trying to stick someone in the back of the church, okay? Now listen, there's some imbalances in this church. And it's about the inflow and outflow of cash deposits is what I'm hearing, and how someone is remedying their lifestyle with home renovations. I just saw 717 on the timer. Okay, appropriations for expenses. All right, and somebody feel like you know somebody is imitating that they're being sincere about somebody else's hands being idle, that sound like, they may not be working, or, they giving their money to the church and they roof about to fall, or they water bill due. They got disconnection notices and, need a carburetor for their car. Yeah, I see a carburetor, okay? Somebody ain't about to stand for something, all right? They want to usher this spirit on up out of here, okay? Somebody is in a costume, all right? I'm seeing, and listen, you know what, y'all? When I just looked at my ring when I was doing this, I saw Roman numerals, right? You see the Roman numerals right there, right? I just heard something about somebody at this place hitting a pedestrian or something, or about to hit a pedestrian, okay? I just heard something about a junk mobile and folk wanting justice because it could be a juvenile, and somebody could be a migrant or immigrant, because I'm hearing something about a kilt, okay? Shag. Somebody could have a shag haircut, and then I'm hearing something about Austin Powers, okay? And a self-defeating purpose when it comes to somebody fearing their relatives, because what they trying to outlive is a lie, okay? When it comes to the decibels and the octave in somebody's voice, okay? They're commonly known as someone to raise their voice, okay? But it's kind of like, they battled with, the inner child, and they've also made peace with that inner child. And they've, it's like that inner child nominated them, to make sure that they always vibe at the highest vibration and don't wear a mask, okay? And they feel like they wearing a mask They feel like somebody wearing a mask and they trying to create a vacancy to bring on somebody who can help dig into some pockets, y'all. Okay? They trying to ridicule somebody too, alright? Somebody's name could be Jasper. Somebody's nickname could be Tiger. They want them on a choker. You hear me? Without any protection, alright? And not affirming that the Most High God is in them and they will not fall, okay? So listen, the enemy, alright? The enemy. Some life events that was supposed to have been private for the enemy. Do you hear me? 11:11 I'm seeing on the timer. It was supposed to have been private, just like these blessings. It's a few enemies that's just gonna have to go run and tell that, because you can't see these blessings, but even around all these karmics and these people who don't believe like you, okay, who really off in these churches performing magic spells and trying to, keep up with the Joneses and want to have somewhere to congregate, okay, it's what I just heard. Using proverbs and psalms is what I just heard, okay, for court justice and spiritual justice and to enable spiritual victims. Nationalities are some clues you can use is what I just heard, okay? 80s baby. So you know what I just heard too? I know y'all done seen P Valley, Paradise Room or something like that. Isn't that what it was, or something like that? Somebody's niche. Okay, how they get down, they dance. Yeah, they lost half of their power though, because they a veteran in the dancing game, but somebody's back at it. Okay, they spreading their feathers. Okay, they shaking a tail feather. They done got a boob job. All right. This is somebody who's always in a costume from, they might be a burlesque dancer, okay? One of their strongest words is a famous piece of comedy antiquity, is what the G's are saying, okay? And it's all about equality. Something happened last year, is what the G's are saying too, that made these connections spiral out of control. All right. It was an act somebody was putting on for their city, okay? And invaded somebody else's territory by advertising, okay? Yeah, they was advertising. They was stunting, okay? They was trying to pull somebody over to their side because they had lost their mojo, all right? They had lost their mojo. They wanted a mini me, okay? For their own provisions. Somebody laughing. Somebody speak Latin too. You hear me? They feel like that's a majestic language, okay? And they feel like they enabled somebody, okay? I heard something about Catholics as well, okay? A set of rules, okay, that permits these people in these certain organizations and in religious cults and societies, okay, to justly disregard somebody else's spiritual talents, God given built-in intuition, okay, because um they may be on a choir, because they may be playing the organ or the piano, okay, But a billion people about to be listening to them, all right? A billion people about to be listening to them because it's the aspects of it all. This connection, it's some lustful shit. Is what the G's are saying. Period. Most High putting somebody first. 1522. I'm seeing on the clock. Their strongest words gonna automatically boomerang and slap their ass and make them do a backflip. Somebody's grandpappy, you know the expression, what I'm about to say, rolling over in their grave, but somebody also been dancing on that grandpappy's grave, okay? A peacock, an eagle. A peacock and an eagle is what I just heard, and a swan. All magical birds, okay? And they do transform, okay? It's a solo dolo act, is what the G's is saying. Because the deception, it's kind of like a Samson and Delilah theme, so it could be like a gender war, okay? Somebody colorblind too, alright? There go that migrant and immigrants again. They don't care about, nationalities. They just care about, people's joy, and they like to smile on their face, okay? In the sense of spiritual stability that they give them. So guess what? Access revoked, like the G's said. They ain't gonna be able to get their claws in you. They need you. It was something noble that you did. Very inspiring that you spoke on. The aspect of your spiritual knowledge is jaw-dropping, is what I just heard. Jaw-dropping, okay? Let's get it, soul gang. Only the Most High plans is going to go. It's going to be so spiritually artistic, okay? Somebody has some artistic abilities as well. Somebody's name may be Douglas, too, is what I just heard. Somebody is about to enjoy these festivities, okay? They're about to enjoy it. It's because these festivities are going to be out the way, and it's going to take somebody out the way, okay? This building, okay, this hall, wherever it is, it needs a spiritual detox. It's an enormous place, is what I'm hearing, okay? But it's also so many snakes off in there, okay? So many snakes. And a lot of the people there who are, close with this historian, okay, who they felt as though was admirable. I'm here, when it comes to the knack that they have of, dragging somebody, whoever this person is, okay, they feel like they more important than spiritual law for one, and that's exactly why they about to get they little butt spanked, okay? I just heard something about lads too. Somebody got a kangaroo pouch, alright? Dunlap's disease. Their belly dunlapped over their belt. 19, I'm seeing on the timer. Male. Balance. Dharma. Somebody wants to be the martyr, okay? And they're so unsophisticated and they don't listen, okay? They haven't listened to any divine guidance. They aren't able to read any energy, okay? They're not clairvoyant. They're not anointed, but they're grief-stricken, okay? Because the public don't want to see them. Two sons. It's two men who are about to fold under pressure, all right? Because it's what's already been affirmed about some fellowship, all right? Somebody need to go to the laundromat. I just heard something about glory suds. Where is that at, y'all? Glory suds. Skull and bones. I heard, not illuminations, Okay, take off the O, the N, and the S. I heard that. I heard brute force. Okay, I heard force. Cheese and crackers, and and some sort of convention that only is permitting these people, in this society. And some of these people in this society go to this church and they feel like they charmed, but they serpents. Okay, they garters of the darkness. They descendants of the wicked. All right, who about to be begging for protection?